cold different touch, dead in the eyes, no signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife, leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. Black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. Just black and white. Come on. White. Come on, baby. Love, come on, baby. Just black and white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. White, white, white. Just let me go, it's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white.
Make me feel well, oh, I can't break the spell. I just have to be true.
Make me feel well, oh, I can't break the spell. I just have to be true.
Black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. Just black and white. Black and white.
good evening everyone, and welcome along to the broadcast, and welcome along to the Next Gen Racing iRacing Legends. Round 6 of the championship, round 6 of 12, coming to you here from Canada, the Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve, aka Montreal. This former street circuit in Montreal, the eastern state of Quebec in Canada. We're on the island of Ile Notre Dame, on the St. Lawrence River, about 200 kilometers east of Ottawa, the capital city of Canada. It is one of the most iconic tracks on the Formula 1 calendar, which sadly hasn't been hosted there for the last couple of years due to the pandemic. But it is iconic in its shape, it's iconic for its corners, it's iconic for just being this circuit. And tonight it is hosting what will be the round that takes us out of the first half of the season on the conclusion of tonight, as round 6 of 12 is tonight, and the schedule for the championship is as follows. We started off all them weeks ago at Silverstone National Circuit on the 2nd of August. Round 2 took place at the then new Red Bull Ring National Circuit for round 2. Round 3 took place back in Britain for the Snetterton 300 layout. Round 4 took place at Zandvoort National Circuit. And then there was a week break in between rounds 4 and 5, round 5 of which was last week. Quite a memorable round. In that race 3, it was pitch black, so the drivers were really struggling in that race, but it was plenty of great racing all through that night. Round 5 was at Tsukuba last time out, and today we're at the Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve, aka Montreal. Next week for round 7, which will start the second half of the season, will be at the Alton Park International Circuit on the 20th of September. And the 27th of September for round 8 will be at the Nürburgring Sprint Strecke layout, which is a shorter version of the Grand Prix layout we know so well with the Nürburgring. A week off between round 8 and round 9, but we'll be back for round 9 at the Donington Park National Circuit, which we know so well from the British Touring Cars TOCA package. That'll be on the 11th of October. Round 10 will be hosted at the WeatherTech Raceway. We all know that as Laguna Seca. So watching these cars and these drivers go through the corkscrew is going to be a fantastic spectacle for this championship. That's round 10 on the 18th of October. The 25th of October, round 11, will be at the fairly new to iRacing Barcelona circuit, but the shorter national layout, as this championship is just full of very short layouts on very popular circuits to keep the racing close and exciting. And then the final round of the championship will be at another short circuit. Round 12 hosted at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, a circuit that has hosted year in, year out for the British Touring Car Championship TOCA package. We've got a lot of British drivers in the series, thus why we have a lot of British tracks. That'll be on the 1st of November, so do tune in that day to watch the finale, watch it all unfold, potentially a championship battle in the final round of the championship, potentially 2 championship battles, as we do have 2 categories to keep tracks on. And speaking of championships, let's take a look at the championship standings coming into tonight's round. So at the top of the table in the Pro category, so the black plated numbers are what you're looking at on the standings. They are the drivers in the Pro category. These are drivers with either very high iRating, which is the ranking system used on iRacing for drivers' skills and abilities. Also drivers that take part in real-life racing events. Gordon Mutch tops the table for Barracuda Motorsport on 296 points. The top 4, the top 3, in fact, are separated by 30 points each, so it's quite a gap between all these drivers. Luke Bennett 30 points behind Gordon Mutch in second for Barracuda Motorsport on 266 points. Mikey Doble in third place, our defending champion, number 88 car on 236 points. Liam McNally is in fourth, overtaking Bobby Thompson at the last race last time out. Bobby Thompson in 5th, followed by Stephen Daly, Donovan Strauss, Seb Hopkins, William Chadwick and Keith Dempsey rounding off the top 10. We also have another category in this championship, the Pro-Am category, and these are drivers who don't race in real life. These are drivers with slightly lower iRating, but still very, very good drivers and putting on quite a show this season, has got to be said. Our Next Gen Racing iRacing Legends League host Jamie Dorey tops the standings coming into today's round by 19 points ahead of his teammate Lee Horne. William Foyle of Crest Autosport follows 11 points behind Lee Horne in third place. Wayne Douglas is in fourth. He took a win last time out at Tsukuba, so he'll be looking for... no, he didn't take a win last time out. It was Blaze Crawford who took a win last time out at Tsukuba in 5th place there. He'll be looking for more glory, such as last week at Tsukuba. Paul Heo is having a pretty decent season, down in 6th place at the moment though. He'll be looking to get himself a bit higher up. Ollie Peters, who was 3rd overall in the championship last season, only 7th in the ProAms at the moment. Deegan Fairclough had a very, very impressive meeting last time out at Tsukuba, so he'll be looking to maintain his form as he's in 8th place in the championship at the moment, with Max Brady in 9th, and rounding off the top 10, Ollie Wayne of Buccaneer Autosport. So that's the championship standings coming into tonight's round. And let's get a little bit closer to the action. Drivers are out on the track, getting a little bit of practice on this very, very popular track of Montreal. There's only one layout of this circuit, which you'll see here. There's only one layout available on iRacing. It is the layout they use in Formula 1. And of course, Montreal features many great corners, but there's one or two corners, should we say, in particular that is particularly popular. And it's this one that we were about to see Deegan Fairclough go through, but we're now switching views to William Foyle. But it is the final two corners on the circuit, and the final corner. The Wall of Champions is one of the most popular situants on the track, shall we say, as it has that name for many, many reasons. Will it claim another champion tonight? Well, we'll see, To be honest, don't want to eat my own words saying that, as the only champion in this series is actually Mikey Doble, so it's probably not a good thing to say that, but yeah, we'll see if it claims anyone. Let's just keep it that way. But Mikey Doble in his very, very cool livery there, which replicates his Genetta car he takes part in real life. It's got very NASCAR-style numbers on it, which is really cool indeed. But Mikey Doble, 3rd in the championship coming into tonight. He'll definitely want to improve his results as the middle part of the season comes up here. He'll definitely want to defend his championship, so he'll definitely want to get better results. But he is up against Gordon Mutch and Luke Bennett, who are not in the server at the moment. Now, last time they did arrive rather late, so they might do the same again today. There are drop rounds in this championship, so it'll help Mikey Doble, but at the same time, don't hold your breath on it. Mikey has been driving rather impressively this season, even still, with the two drivers performing admirably well. Mikey Doble hasn't won a race yet this season, which is rather surprising. Last season, he didn't win a race until, I think it was round 3. But we are waiting until round 6 for at least a win from Mikey Doble. Top of the Pro-Am category is Jamie Dorey, but he's not here at the moment. So it is down to William Foyle and Lee Horne, who are the top of the championship standings, or 2nd and 3rd in the championship standings when it comes to the Pro-Am category, looking to entertain us. But they've got Deegan Fairclough, who's on very, very good form at the moment. He was probably my driver of the day last time out at Tsukuba. Very impressive driving from him. And we'll see what he can do tonight. We are about to progress into qualifying. The drivers will reset to the pits. And they'll head back out for the start of the new session. Drivers will head out onto the track now. We look to Deegan Fairclough, and you might have noticed his nationality has just changed from Irish to British. For some reason, we had that wrong on the data, but corrected now. So, all the drivers heading out for qualifying. It is a very long lap here at Montreal. It's not in the Formula 1, but it is in these very small and considerably slower Legends cars compared to Formula 1 cars. Oh, as Deegan Fairclough takes a spin coming out the chicane there. The rear tyres very cold on that Legend, so he resets to the pits. We'll head back out on track with fresh rubber. As we see Ollie Peters making his way past Blaze Crawford, the number 4 car there. Ollie Peters now started the season with a broken leg. I assume it's still broken, but I wonder if he's getting better. I wonder if he's getting a bit more comfortable in his sim racing rig. Hopefully he is, and hopefully we see some pretty decent results from Ollie Peters. We saw plenty of great performances last season from him. Maybe we see more as the second half of the season comes along. Bobby Thompson, who has been quiet this season. There's been a few races he's not been able to take part in due to real life commitments, etc, etc. But him and Mikey Doble out there together on track. Mikey Doble following behind in a very, very pretty livery on Bobby Thompson's car, which he started using late last season. He's got Mikey Doble over the rear of him. Mikey Doble would be picking up a pretty good draft here. It is, for the legends anyway, quite a long circuit. It's near 2-minute lap, around about 157, 156, maybe even 158 from some drivers we'll see tonight. But there are very long straights, particularly this one. And it means that slipstreaming will be fairly effective in these cars. But we are going to go on board with Bobby Thompson. He is going to give us a lap of the Montreal circuit. We start with him now going down the Casino Straight here as the Wall of Champions is about to come up on our right. Across the first curb and across the left, not taking too much curb and not getting too close to that wall on the outside that's claimed so many drivers in so many races. Michael Schumacher, Damon Hill, Nigel Mansell, Ayrton Senna, many. And speaking of Senna, we're approaching turns 1 and 2, the Virage Senna. Into turn 1 we go, taking plenty of that inside curb, breaking down another gear into the right-hander here. In second gear, feathering the throttle on, not spinning the rear wheels too much as we approach turn 3. Right-hander here, down 1 gear, plenty of curb, and then straight away into the left-hander of turn 4. We've got a bit loose on the rear end there, through the Pont de la Concorde here, turn 5, and then braking down heavy into turn 6. Quite a narrow circuit here, and you've got to be very careful with the rear end, as you're left and right, and in very narrow corners on low gears, which means the rear wheels are spinning like crazy. We've just been through turn 7 and now progressing down towards turns 8 and 9. Another chicane. There are 4 chicanes on this track. Taking a huge lump of the very tall curb there of turn 8 and 9. Very, very nice through that corner then from Bobby Thompson. And we'll go down to the hairpin. Braking down to second gear. Not going to pop it into first, no we're not, but look how low the speed has gone. 30 miles per hour we got to through that hairpin, and then it is all the way up through the gears, and at the end of this straight it will be the highest speed of the track. So straight from the lowest speed on the track to the highest speed on track at the end of this straight here. Let's see how high Bobby Thompson can get his top speed here. 108, 109, 110 as we approach the Wall of Champions chicane. Down the gears. Third gear, taking plenty of that curb, not going too wide, too close to the wall. Not a bad lap there from Bobby Thompson. And that will be a... Let's see what he gets. Top of the standings with a 156.8. Pretty good starting lap from Bobby Thompson there. Mikey Doble right behind him in third place. Despite the draft, couldn't get that much closer to Bobby Thompson in the times. Just over 0.3 of a second behind his last season's championship rival. But Bobby Thompson presses on despite Mikey Doble going in for fresh tyres, and already nearly half the session has expired, so there's really not that much time for these drivers to come in, get fresh rubber and go back out. That's probably what Mikey Doble's thinking now. It is just under halfway through the session, so get another fresh lap on new tyres. Let's see what else is going on. Paul Heo, highest of the Pro-Am category at the moment as he resets to the pits, and he'll go out with fresh rubber. Ollie Peters, and I mentioned him earlier. Let's see if he's going to get on a bit better this part of the season. Very good so far. 4th overall and 2nd of his category. At the moment, this puts him second on the 2nd row of the grid, so he'd be very pleased with that. Bobby Thompson, let's keep an eye on him because he seems to be on a bit of a fly. He's catching up with the car ahead of Blaze Crawford. Blaze Crawford, a race winner last time out at Tsukuba in race 3. Led from start to finish pretty much. Bobby Thompson surprisingly, real surprisingly, we're yet to see a win from him. Will tonight be the night? We're without Gordon Mutch and Luke Bennett, which granted is going to make it a little easier for everyone, as they've been very dominant this season with 6 and 5 wins. Themselves 11 wins between them. So Bobby Thompson goes through the final chicane there, and you'll complete another lap here of Montreal. Let's see if he gets even better. 156.8 to beat for Bobby Thompson. His own time to beat, 100 miles per hour as we come across the line. Yes, he does beat it, and he goes way quicker. 56.3, and he's 7 tenths clear of his nearest rival, who's in another category granted, but Paul Hale's 7 tenths down, and Mikey Doble is near 9 tenths down. So Mikey Doble on an outlap. He's coming around the final chicane, and he'll start a fresh lap here. Now he'll get at least 2 laps if he keeps on this set of rubber. Across the line he goes. Let's see what else is going on. No new times at the moment. Lee Horne has just set his fastest time, puts him 5th in the standings, just over a second behind Bobby Thompson. No times at the moment from William Foyle. William is 3rd in the Pro-Am category championship coming into tonight's race. We've got a fair few other drivers as well. Fairclough has yet to set a time, and he did pretty well in practice, if you remember. We also yet to see times from new driver today, Sean Brown, Josh Brown, and Guido Kazangia, who took his debut last time out at Tsukuba. We also have Keith Dempsey, I've just seen in the survey. He's a late arrival, 13 seconds down on his opening lap. But Keith Dempsey took a win first meeting out all them weeks ago at Silverstone, so no slouch, and he's in the pro category. And I do believe he was part of the Motorsport Games esports event a few years ago. He did rather well in it. Down the main straight goes Bobby Thompson. Let's see if he's going even quicker. Where is Mikey Doble? He is coming into the final hairpin now. But let's watch Bobby Thompson go through the final chicane, taking plenty of that inside curb. Got to be very careful there. But in these Legends cars, they're so small, you can take quite a lot of curb and run it out wider. Bobby Thompson goes across the line. He hasn't gone quicker, but he's very, very close. Very, very consistent times here from Bobby Thompson. The tyres haven't scrubbed off, and this will be the final lap that Bobby Thompson will do, and at the moment he's relatively safe. What can Mikey Doble do here? He will go into the final chicane. Takes a bit of the inside curb, a bit of the next curb as well. Plenty of runoff as well, not getting too close to the wall. He's got a little bit of a slipstream ahead. And Deegan Fairclough has just taken 2nd place. Very close to Bobby Thompson, just 2 tenths down. And Mikey Doble crosses the line. He hasn't gone quicker, so he stays 4th at the moment. But Deegan Fairclough with a brilliant time to get put in on the front row of the grid provisionally. And first, the Pro-Am drivers. Remember, the Pro drivers are the numbers in black on our timing tower, and the numbers in blue are the Pro-Am category. We're still yet to see a time from Sean Brown. William Foyle and Guido Kazangia has just put himself on the board in 10th place. Josh Brown is another person to set a time. He just crossed the line, and that is a spin. So that will be it. That'll be it. That'll be an invalid lap from Josh Brown, and he will not put a time on the board. Let's see what William Foyle can do. Bobby Thompson and Mikey Doble have both reset to the pits, so that is it. Both of them drivers will not set any better times, so Mikey Doble will probably be disappointed with himself, concerned maybe that he's not much closer to Bobby Thompson. Maybe he's got the pace in him. We know he's got the talent in him, defending champion and all, but just a frustrating session for the defending champion. The checkered flag is out, waiting our drivers. Let's see who else is approaching that final sector. We can't quite see on the map. I'm not sure why that doesn't work, but Deegan Fairclough is still out there. Paul Hale is still out there. Now Deegan's going for it. Might he be able to put himself on pole position here? We'll come back to him. Paul Hale has got a fair bit of the lap still to complete. Ollie Peters does as well, and William Foyle is about to complete the lap. But let's start with Deegan Fairclough as he takes a lot of that inside curb. That might have scrubbed off a little bit of speed. Approaches line, hugs it tight towards the white line on the inside there. Across the line goes Deegan Fairclough. And he does go quicker, a little bit closer to Bobby Thompson, but stays in 2nd place. Really impressive from Deegan at the moment in this championship. He might be able to creep his way up the order. Oh, and just gone. Oh, William Foyle, yes, William Foyle up into 6th place, exactly a second off the pace of Bobby Thompson, but he slots in between his teammate and his championship rival Lee Horne, so brilliant from William Foyle. Ollie Peters is about to complete a lap here. Can he get himself higher up? Across the line he goes. Yes, he goes quicker, but he doesn't move up any positions. So, Ollie Peters, the form is back. Wayne Douglas has completed his laps. And Keith Dempsey will have another crack at it. He'll be able to put in a time here that might get him further up the order. We'll see what he can do. He hasn't had much practice, granted, in this server. But we'll see what he can do. The number 22 driver. There is no messing around in between qualifying and the race. We are going straight into the race. We'll have to read through the grid and then we're going straight away for the race. Don't go away for a cup of tea just yet, ladies and gentlemen. You can do that in about 15 to 20 minutes time. We're going to go straight into the race once Keith Dempsey has finished this lap. Across the line he goes. Keith has not set a valid time, so we'll stay 12th and that will be it. That is qualifying done and dusted, and it is Bobby Thompson, top of the pops. So it's pole position. So here we go, we're about to grid up, ready for the race. Drivers will line up. And this is our grid for the upcoming race. Bobby Thompson on pole position with Deegan Fairclough in 2nd place alongside him. Paul Hale is in 3rd with Mikey Doble in 4th position. Ollie Peters lines up 5th with his teammate alongside in 6th. Lee Horne in 7th with Wayne Douglas in 8th. Blaze Crawford lines up 9th with Donovan Strauss in 10th. Guido Casania in 11th and 12th lines up Keith Dempsey. 13th and 14th is Sean Brown and Josh Brown. The drivers lining up on the grid, getting ready for this opening race of the night. Welcome along to the broadcast. This is the Next Gen iRacing Legends here at Montreal. Thank you for watching on behalf of Crest Autosport via YouTube and Twitch, or if you're watching via Facebook on the Next Gen Racing Facebook page, welcome along. Do subscribe to all the channels. And do keep following the series. We've got plenty more rounds to go. This and then another 6 after today. And although we only have 14 drivers taking part in this race today, we're still going to expect great racing tonight. Quite a narrow track, particularly the infield of the track, Sector 2. And a lot of drivers trying to establish better championship positions. Bobby Thompson trying to get himself a bit further up from his start due to missing a few races. Mikey Doble will want to catch up a few points that he can make up on Gordon Mutch and Luke Bennett, despite drop rounds being in play. We've got the Pro-Am category, Lee Horne and William Foyle trying to get the advantage on Jamie Dorey, but the lights are showing. We're about to go here at Montreal. Away we go. And it's a good start for Deegan Fairclough. He gets right away ahead of Bobby Thompson, right from the word go, who was defending for grim death in front of Paul Hale then. Into the first corner we go, the Virage Senna. This is Mikey Doble on the inside of Paul Hale and Bobby Thompson slowing down. I think that's a slow down penalty. He's cut a corner too much and he's dropping down the order. Deegan Furclow leads us through turns 3 and 4 and has gained a gap already. The Pro-Am driver with a brilliant start to this race, kind of like what he did at Tsukuba last time out. Oh, and there is an instant further back. Donovan Strauss has been involved in an instant with Sean Brown going into the corner there. Two have come together and it causes all sorts of problems, and Bobby Thompson couldn't quite afford it either. Deegan pulls away at the front. Brilliant start for him. Mikey Doble, a good start for him, up 2 places to second place. Past Bobby Thompson due to his slowdown penalty, and Paul Hale slow coming out of turn 2. He got in front of him. William Foyle is up 2 places. Oh, and there's a spin there from the number 66. That's Wayne Douglas, and it caught up with Lee Horne as well. Let's take a look from this angle. Too much curb and spins it round, and it just about missed Ollie Peters, but Lee Horne got collected in it. Oh, and look at this move on the inside here. There's Wayne Douglas on the inside of Lee Horne. Despite them making contact earlier on, they battle on almost on the next corner. Deegan leads the way here. Back here we got Mikey Doble versus Paul Hale and William Foyle, not too far behind them either. Will Paul Hale go for a move? No, he won't. Going into the chicane here to end lap 1. William Foyle really close to Paul Hale coming out of the corner, and he gets a good exit from the chicane. To the outside he goes, and this will be the inside for the next corner of turn 1, the Ferrari Senna. Can William Foyle keep hold of it? Into turn 1 we go. Foyle has the inside, but he has the outside for the next corner. Hale hangs on to the outside, and subsequently the inside for this corner. He hangs on to 3rd place, and all this battling from these two allows Mikey Doble to stretch his lead in 2nd place from these two drivers. And it allows Ollie Peters to pull in 5th place there. Bobby Thompson's got to go on a comeback now. He's up to 6th place after a few other drivers peeling off. A couple of drivers in the pits, including Lee Horne, Josh Brown, Keith Dempsey, Donovan Strauss and Guido Casagna. So a bad start to the race for some of these drivers. William Foyle still all over the back of Paul Hale. This is the battle for 2nd in category, 3rd overall. Paul defends the inside going into the chicane. The one of many chicanes on this circuit. Look how close William Foyle is to the back of Paul Hale. As we come now down to the hairpin, can William Foyle take a lunge up the inside, or will he just keep it behind? He's pretty close. He'll look to the inside. He gets it up the inside. Has he broken it too late? He's sideways going into the hairpin. He keeps hold of it, but Paul Hale with the undercut coming out of the hairpin. Brilliant from Paul Hale. Very composed. Let William Foyle lock up and make the mistake, and took back the position of 3rd. Let's get on board with William Foyle. This is his view of the battle that he's in. Billy Goat Boy himself said he wasn't pleased with his performance last time out at Tsukuba. He found it a little bit stressful with the heat as well. At the time it was very hot last week, and his rig is in an attic, so it's very hot indeed for him. But it's a bit cooler today, so the driving is a little bit cooler too. Deegan Furclow sets the fastest lap of the race as we start lap 3. Deegan Furclow nearly 7/10 quicker than Mikey Doble and stretches a 2.8 second lead already. Brilliant from the privateer. Let's see what else is going on elsewhere. Bobby Thompson has got to make his comeback. He's 4 seconds down from Ollie Peters, his next position ahead. Wayne Douglas. No one around him at the moment, but Blaze Crawford, one of the drivers who's involved in an incident earlier on in the race, is out on his own at the moment. Deegan Furclow extends his lead to over 3 seconds now. And Paul Hale is stretched away from William Foyle a little bit on this lap. Ollie Peters just behind the battle for 3rd. See if he can get himself involved. He needs to make up some championship points today. Mikey Doble's in a little bit of trouble here, I think. He's being reeled in by Paul Hale, and he's losing touch from Deegan Furclow. However, Mikey Doble knows he's not in a battle with these guys for the championship, but it's overall points that he needs. He's still first at the Pro category. But it's overall points that make your points in each category. Something we haven't explained yet today, and as we've got a little bit of downtime here before anything erupts ahead of us, we have 3 races on offer for you today. 3 15-minute races. Races 2 and 3 have reverse grids. It's a reverse grid of 12, so near full reverse grid for race 2. And race 3 will be a full reverse grid, so all 14 drivers will be reversed, depending on the positions that they finish in this race and race 2. 3.8 second lead for Gilles-Villeneuve. He will be a new winner if he can keep this up. So far so good for the driver in the Adam Morgan and Tom Chilton starred livery, Sicily Motorsport. Mikey Doble with the replica of his own livery on the Ginetta. Paul Heo, William Foyle and Ollie Peters in their own custom liveries. And William Foyle has caught back up to Paul Heo. A good lap from William Foyle there. Seems to have pulled him back to the rear rail, the rear bumper of Paul Heo ahead of him. Good exit from the chicane there is what he needs as well, and it looked pretty good. He's not close enough to make a move going into the chicane, but he's going to look all ways. He's going to stay in the mirrors of Paul Heo, trying to put him off. Now William Foyle. Racers be racers and they want to win everything they can. But he knows he's in a battle for the championship in the Pro-Am category with Jamie Dorey, who's not here tonight, and Lee Horne, who's down in 9th. So he needs to pick his battles here. But he's still very, very close to Paul Heo. Racers be racers, as I said. If he gets a shot at trying to take the position, he'll go for it. They all swerve to the inside to stop the slipstream from other drivers behind them. Mikey Doble in particular did that. And it's now a 4-second lead for Gilles-Villeneuve. All taking very different lines through the chicane there. It's very interesting to see. Some of them really attack the curbs, some of them don't. It's just down to confidence for some of these drivers. Some of them are more confident being off the curbs. Not necessarily going to say one way is quicker than the other, but the way to take chicanes is to make it as straight as possible. If you're taking more curb, the line through the chicane is going to be a bit straighter and truer. There's a good exit from the hairpin there from Paul Heo. He pulled away a little bit from William Foyle, pulled back in towards Mikey Doble. We've only got 11 drivers running at the moment. Keith Dempsey and Sean Brown and Donovan Strauss have been involved in drama. They are out of the race. There's only 11 remaining in the race. Bobby Thompson, you can see in the background there, he is really bringing it in at the moment, bringing the lap times in and reeling in this 4-way battle for second place. If he can catch up in the next couple of minutes or so, the next lap or so, he might be able to get in with a shot of trying to get back up to second place. The man who started on pole doesn't make it easy for himself, it's got to be said. Out the hairpin. Paul Heo stretched away a little bit from William Foyle. Ever closer to Mikey Doble. Big slipstream down the main straight here for Paul Heo. Will he get close enough to make a move going into the chicane? It's far from ideal. Go for a move into the chicane, but Mikey Doble is wary of it. He did get close, but he wasn't close enough to make a move. And Mikey Doble is really good through that chicane. He's able to pull away from Paul Heo, and equally, William Foyle is very good through that corner as well. He's right back up to the rear bumper of Paul Heo going into turn 1. So there's certain corners on this track that drivers are better than others on. It's definitely got to be said. William Foyle is definitely pretty decent on this part of the circuit, but Paul Heo is very good in the middle section. Now getting a little bit closer together. There's a bit more compact between these drivers now. Oh, William Foyle getting a little bit out of shape there. Scandinavian flick almost going into the second part of the chicane there, and that'll lose him a little bit of time. You'll lose him a bit of time because on a track like this, you want to back off a little bit more when it starts to get out of shape because the wall is perilously close to the side of the track. This track built on old public roads on the Ile Notre Dame Island in Montreal, just east of the main epicenter of the city. Mikey Doble not taking the curve on the inside there, but Paul Heo is. Usually when you're the attacking driver, you tend to hit a bit more of the curve to try and get the edge on your opponent. That's what you do when you're following other drivers. You adapt your driving to what the driver is doing ahead of you, and Paul Hale with a bit of technical difficulties there, internet troubles it seems. Usually that happens to Paul Hale, and usually he doesn't blink out of the server, so nothing to be too alarmed about. But if the drivers can see it and they might get involved in a battle with Paul Hale, that's when it might become alarming. 5-second lead for Deegan Fairclough, just to acknowledge that he's still in this race, out there in front going through the chicane, just hitting his marks flawlessly. He'll be the second Pro-Am driver of the season to win a race if he wins this. Just over 3 minutes to go in this battle for second. As I said on the previous lap, more compact. It is a little bit more compact even now as we start lap 7 here. Bobby Thompson's getting close as well. He is within a second and a half, and look at that, William Foyle up the inside. Paul Hale goes wide for some reason or another, not sure what's happened there. It's gone very slow. Has he got a slow down penalty? Let's see how much of that inside curb he took. Not much, to be honest. He just pulls over. I'm not really sure what happened unless he picked up a slow down from the previous chicane. This is very strange indeed, but let's catch up. Mikey Doble stays in second place. He's got a little bit of a gap now to William Foyle, who's got Ollie Peters to worry about, his teammates, so not much to worry about, but there's Bobby Thompson lurking around as well. So I do wonder if what happened to Paul Hare is he cut the final chicane too much, and he tried to surf the slowdown by easing off the throttle on the straight, but it wasn't enough, because when you do get a slowdown penalty, which is basically a virtual penalty the sim gives you if you cut too much of the track, you have to serve it by easing off the throttle. Coming into the hairpin now, Mikey Doble will breathe a little easier now. He's got a bigger gap to the person in third place behind him. But now William Foyle has no one in front of him. Will he be able to get his head down and try and catch up with Mikey Doble? Bobby Thompson's lurking around right behind Ollie Peters here. And he'll have one lap to do so because Deegan Fairclough is about to start his final lap. It's a very long lap here at Montreal, just shy of 2 minutes. So this will be the last time he crosses the line without the checkered flag. Mikey Doble comes out of the final corner. William Foyle and Ollie Peters third and fourth. Peters got a very good run out of the chicane. No team orders here. They're going to go for it. Please be careful, guys. Ollie Peters has the inside going into turn 1. William Foyle gives room, but they get very, very close. Foyle hangs on to the inside. And look at Bobby Thompson lurking around on the inside there of Ollie Peters. And he finds the inside. And now, for the chicane, he's going to be in a much better position. In fact, he's looking pretty good to go for a move on William Foyle. No, he doesn't. He moves into 4th place. So, Ollie Peters gambled for the move on 3rd place. And in doing so, has lost him to 5th. The second chicane. Oh, William Foyle went a little bit wide there, washed out a little bit going into the second part of the chicane, and Bobby Thompson got a very good run out of the corner. William Foyle concedes the inside. Thompson has a sniff at the inside here. He has to brake later than William Foyle. Is this a Verstappen versus Hamilton moment? No, it's not. Thompson slots back in behind William Foyle as they come around the next chicane. And look at this run from Bobby Thompson. Foyle is trying to defend every bit of tarmac that he can without weaving across. Thompson looks to the right side of William Foyle, which would be the inside going into the hairpin. Foyle stays ahead, and Thompson does not go for the move. But Ollie Peters has dropped back a little bit from this battle. But look how well William Foyle has defended against Bobby Thompson. But equally, Bobby Thompson is not wanting to take too many risks to try and pick up some points. But as we come up the main straight here, Deegan Fairclough with a masterclass drive in front of all the other rivals here. He'll take his first win of the season. He'll be the second Pro-Am driver to win a race this season. Blaze Crawford was the last one, and he got a win on the last race out. Berglow crosses the line. Superb driving from him. Takes the checkered flag here at Montreal for the first win of the night. Mikey Doble will cross the line in second place, and Bobby Thompson did find his way past William Foyle. We will get a replay of that, but Bobby Thompson with a good recovery drive puts it back into third place. William Foyle takes fourth with Ollie Peters taking fifth, one of his best results of the season. Paul Hale in sixth with Wayne Douglas in seventh. Eighth, Blaze Crawford. Lee Horne recovering in ninth. Guido Casagna in 10th, 11th is Josh Brown, and 12th would be Keith Dempsey, 13th Sean Brown, and 14th Donovan Strauss. But let's get a replay of the move from Bobby Thompson. It gives us the right camera angle. There we go. So he finds the inside. In fact, we're going to just go back. I do wonder if William Foyle had a slow down penalty. He seems very slow on the outside there, and he now slots back in behind. I think it was a slow down penalty. Easy pickings for Bobby Thompson, and William Foyle was doing so well to hang on to it as well. And back there we've also got Ollie Peters guarding heavily from Paul Hale. Ollie Peters hangs on to it for that final corner. So your top three were Deegan Fairclough, Mikey Doble and Bobby Thompson in that race. Well, what a race we've just seen. Quite exciting, and it's not going to end just yet. Just after we conclude the results of this race, we'll be going for a quick break, but we'll be back with more racing from these iRacing Next Gen Legends. Another 2 races to go tonight, both 15-minute races. And there are reverse grids involved. So the reverse grid for the next race will be 12. So Keith Dempsey provided rules of laps down and finishing races do not comply in this race. Keith Dempsey should be on pole position. And we are just waiting for a few drivers to cross the line. We've got Josh Brown finishing the race still, and he'll be the final one to take to the checkered flag. And now we'll be able to conclude the results of this opening race of the night. Deegan Fairclough of the Pro-Am category takes his first win of the season. Long overdue, I think. He drove so well at Tsukuba, and I think this really is deserved of him. Mikey Doble in second, with Bobby Thompson recovering after a disappointing start to this race to third place. William Foyle defended hard for much of the race and attacked hard for a lot of the race as well. Fourth place for him, with his teammate Ollie Peters in fifth behind him. Paul Hale was running in third for much of the race. He drops down to sixth place, but good entertaining battling from him. Wayne Douglas in seventh, with Blaze Crawford involved in the drama early on in the race in eighth. Lee Horne involved in the drama early on as well. Ninth for him, with Guido Casagna in 10th place, Josh Brown in 11th, and 12th place for Keith Dempsey, 13th Sean Brown, and Donovan Strauss in 14th. This has been the iRacing Next Gen Legends Race 1 of the night. We've got another 2 races coming up, but we're going to go for a quick break now while we get ready for the next race. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Next Gen iRacing Legends here from Montreal. Race 1 concluded and Race 2 coming up very, very shortly. So a little bit of a sit rep of what's happened so far tonight. It was Deegan Fairclough who took his first win of the season. And the second win for a Pro-Am category driver overall. And in dominating fashion as well did he do it in. Winning by more than 5 seconds clear of his nearest rival in second place, Mikey Doble, who took first of the pro drivers, but second overall gets him points for second overall. We have a reverse grid for this race. The results of race 1 will decide the grid. A reverse grid of the top 12 finishers. So much of the grid. But it will be Keith Dempsey who will start on the front row. So a little bit more housekeeping before things get underway here at Montreal. We've got 5 minutes until the race will start. This is our season schedule. Round 1 all them weeks ago was the Silverstone National Circuit, and it followed with round 2 the Red Bull Ring. Round 3 was the Snetterton 300 layout, followed by round 4 the Zandvoort National Circuit. We had a week off in between rounds 4 and 5, and we're back for round 5 at the Tsukuba 2000 full layout for last week's round. Today is the Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada, and next week we're back in Britain at the Alton Park Circuit in Cheshire, an international circuit commonly used with the British GTs. Round 8 at the Nürburgring Sprint Strecker layout, which is a shortened layout of the GP layout we know so well. Round 9 will be the Donington Park National Circuit, which we see so often in the British Touring Car Championship. Round 10, we're back in the States, but for the WeatherTech Raceway, aka Laguna Seca. So you'll see these cars and these drivers plunge through the corkscrew. Round 11 at the Barcelona National Circuit, the Circuit de Catalunya. And round 12, the final round, where else would it be? Brands Hatch Indy Circuit to start us off in November for the winter. Can't wait for that, but cannot wait especially for Brands Hatch Indy round for the final round of the championship. A nice short layout for some exciting action in the championship. We opened the season last season for the Legends, and it will end this season. Next week it is Alton Park, so do tune in around about 7:45 every week, bar a few weeks. The off weeks we have in the schedule there. A little bit more housekeeping. The other Next Gen leagues that are on offer. There is another iRacing league kicking about. Wednesday night races GT3 Championship, and it is starting a new season in a couple of weeks' time. So do tune in to the Next Gen Racing Facebook channel to catch those races live, or join the Facebook group Next Gen Racing. Type that onto Facebook as it's spelled, as you can see in the top right, and you will join the group and you can get involved in the racing that way, or just join the group if you are a fan of Next Gen Racing. Other leagues include Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is hosted on Tuesday nights. You can watch that live as it happens on Tuesday nights from the Next Gen Racing channels. And also on Thursdays will be the Crest Autosport in alliance with Next Gen Racing Race Room League, featuring the World Touring Car Challenge on Thursday nights, and that will be live on Next Gen's Facebook channel as well. And if you are watching on Crest Autosport TV or Crest Autosport on Twitch and YouTube, you can also catch the Thursday nights on these channels as well. There are many other leagues that Next Gen Racing host as well, including Formula 1 2020 and 2021, I believe. Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 4. They host leagues on PC and PlayStation. There's an R Factor 2 league in the works as well, I hear. But plenty on offer by Next Gen, so do join the group to get involved, or just to be a fan. Keith Dempsey out on track at the moment. Watching him, he's pole position for this race, so he's had a race to get a bit of practice in. But Keith, who won a race at Silverstone for round 1 of the championship, so he's no slouch. So starting on the front row and with a bit more practice, and look at the time he set there, 1:57.1, ahead of the drivers who were battling amongst the podium positions in the previous race. So Keith might be in with a shot here. certainly one to look out for. Deegan Fairclough just drove away in race 1. Terrific faction. I think Deegan Fairclough might end up being one to look out for later on in the season if he keeps putting in performances like that. Truly impressive. As I mentioned earlier, he was one of the stars of the show last time out at Tsukuba. So far, the star of the show tonight. We've also got Bobby Thompson and Mikey Doble to look out for, the 2 star drivers of last season. Bobby Thompson, who put it on pole position for race 1 today, but a slow down penalty very early on compromised that chance, but he did recover very well to get himself onto the podium. And Mikey Doble with a 2nd place drive, big points for him still, which will help him in the championship. He's picked up some very consistent results this season, but he's still yet to pick up that 1st place trophy. And we're about to ascend into the gridding phase for the 2nd race, excuse me, of the night. And that's not our grid. There's our grid. Keith Dempsey lines up on pole position for this 2nd race of the night, with Josh Brown in 2nd, Guido Casagna in 3rd, with Lee Horne, who was caught up in drama early on in race 1, is there in 4th. 5th will go to Blaze Crawford with his teammate Wayne Douglas alongside in 6th. Paul Hale in 7th with Ollie Peters in 8th. William Foyle 9th with Bobby Thompson 10th. Mikey Doble will line up 11th, and the race 1 winner Deegan Fairclough in 12th. Lining up 13th will be Sean Brown. This is the Next Gen iRacing Legends, race 2 of the night here from Montreal. Welcome along. We're about to get underway here for the next race of the night. Keith Dempsey already on the grid waiting. Josh Brown yet to grid up, and Josh Brown hasn't come to the grid. So it will be 12 drivers who are shown the lights here, and away we go. Keith Dempsey with a good start. Guido Casagna is in 3rd place, and is Blaze Crawford trying to slip in the middle here, but look at Keith Dempsey just pull away here. Brilliant start for him. Into the 1st corner we go, and wide there goes Guido Casagna. The Italian has gone wide at the Virage Senna, and everyone just filters past him. No drama just yet, but it's very close in the midfield here between the likes of Ollie Peters, William Foyle and Paul Hale. And look at Deegan Fairclough on the inside. Ollie Peters goes sideways, and there's contact between him and Paul Hale. And it's a spin for Keith Dempsey as well. He spun coming out the chicane. He was out on his own, but Paul Hale, Ollie Peters involved in drama, which we'll get a replay of. But Keith Dempsey from the lead is down back in 12th. And that puts Blaze Crawford, after the brilliant start he had from the 3rd row, I think it was, he's up into 1st with his teammate behind in 2nd. And brilliant start for the 2 American drivers, Blaze Crawford and Wayne Douglas. Deegan Fairclough is at the 4th already. 4 places gained for him, and look at this side by side between Wayne Douglas and Blaze Crawford as they come into the hairpin. Deegan Fairclough is trying to move on the inside of Lee Horne as well back there, but Blaze Crawford gets himself in front, and Blaze won race 3 at Tsukuba a week ago, so he knows how to win the races here, but there's going to be a lot of charging drivers behind in Deegan Fairclough, Mikey Doble and Bobby Thompson. Very close between Thompson and Mikey Doble here. This is the view from Bobby Thompson. He backs off. He's trying to push along Mikey Doble, trying to use each other to get through the pack a little bit quicker. Oh, and it's a spin there for Mikey Doble and Bobby Thompson. We just about missed that. Bobby Thompson gets away. Now let's take a look at Mikey Doble across the 2nd curve too hard there. And he spins it, and it was contact with Bobby Thompson, who hits the wall really hard. And Thompson reverted to the pits. He didn't get going, but Mikey Doble, he was hoping for a race where he could claw back points on his championship rivals is going to waste. And look at this, oh look at Deegan Fairclough, he's lost shape of the car and he's gone on the grass and he somehow keeps it going. Lee Horne gets it back past and into third place. But a brilliant battling between these two at the moment. Back into the first position goes Wayne Douglas. The blue 66 car and the white number 4 car of Blaze Crawford right behind. Deegan Fairclough drops back a little bit. Bobby Thompson out of this race, as is Josh Brown. Paul Hale is still going at the back there, but plenty of drama. And we did say we're going to get a replay of the first lap. I'm just trying to find what actually happened. Let's take a look. It's 3 wide going into there. Ollie Peters trying to keep it in the middle of the track, and Paul Hale just seemed to turn across on Ollie Peters, knowing it was 3 wide, I think. And Ollie Peters will feel a bit hard done by that, because he would have felt like he gave the right room to either driver. Lee Horne has caught up with the top 2 here. Big opportunity here for Lee Horne. Deegan Fairclough has fallen behind a little bit. And this gives Lee Horne the opportunity to try and get himself into that top spot. He's yet to be a race winner in the Next Gen Legends, let alone this season. Last season he didn't pick up a win either. William Foyle is dropping down the order. I think it's a slow down penalty for him. And he drops down to 8th position, allowing his championship rival to be further ahead in the standings. Oh, and there's been an incident further back. It is Guido Casagna going into the chicane. Is it the Wall of Champions? Oh, yes it is. Straight into the Wall of Champions for Guido Casagna, and that has not retired the car. I thought it would, and he rejoined, rather close to the oncoming Paul Hale then. With a 4-way battle for the lead here. And it is the race 1 winner at the back of this trail. It is Deegan Fairclough, and he's sideways coming out of the corners, pushing desperately hard. Keith Dempsey, who started first, dropped down to the back, is back in 5th place. So not too bad from the Irishman. Despite it being all doom and gloom at the start for him, he's recovered well. Wayne Douglas continues to lead. Deegan Fairclough all over the rear of Lee Horne there as we go into the chicane. This is the view from Deegan. Lee Horne moves out to try and move on the inside of Blaze Crawford, who gives room. Lee Horne locks up a little bit, stops the undercut from Deegan Fairclough, but it is Blaze Crawford who hangs it round the outside, keeping the power down real early and keeps it in 2nd place. That's all it takes. A little battle like that allows Wayne Douglas to stretch away. 5 places gained, by the way, for Wayne Douglas, all on the first lap. Got himself into the lead. Granted, he dropped down to 2nd at one point after the first lap. Also, Deegan Fairclough with 8 places gained here. Sean Brown, 7 places gained, in 6th place at the moment. Brilliant on his debut here today. So you might notice he hasn't got a colour behind his numbers because he hasn't got a category yet. But the move from Deegan Fairclough on Lee Horne coming out of the chicane, and he gets himself into 3rd place. Just get a quick replay of that to see what actually happened. And it is Lee Horne with a scrappy exit from the corner, and Deegan Fairclough with a very good exit from the corner. Squeezes by. So back into the top 3 for Deegan Fairclough. Star of today's show, it seems. So he's got the 2 American representatives of Wayne Douglas and Blaze Crawford to get by. These 2 are ferocious battalions in these Legends cars, racing week in, week out with the Next Gen Legends series. Blaze Crawford already has a win to his name. Wayne Douglas would be eager to get one to his name. He's 7th in the overall championship coming into tonight. 4th in the pro category, so doing very, very well is Wayne Douglas, just picking up good, consistent results. Let's get back to Deegan Fairclough as he's very, very close to Blaze Crawford. He takes to the inside going into the hairpin. Here he goes on the inside. Blaze Crawford will try the undercut, but he's a long way back to even try that.
There is a straggler at the back there. That is Josh Brown. These drivers shouldn't have too much of an issue to get by him. But Deegan Fairclough, his charge to the front continues. Can he get himself on that top spot? We just peaked over the halfway point in this race. So he's got a fair whack of time left to try and reel in Wayne Douglas. Deegan Fairclough, who is the fastest man on the track in the previous race, and in this race, best lap time goes to Keith Dempsey at the moment. And speaking of Keith Dempsey, he isn't too far away from this four-way battle at the top. There is, just going by us at the top there, Wayne Douglas and the other drivers get by Josh Brown, who lets them by, adhering to the blue flags very well there. From Wayne Douglas, behind is Deegan Fairclough, and it's safe to say that Deegan is going to be able to catch up. Catching is one thing though, passing is another. Let's see how well Wayne Douglas can defend this lead. He'd be eager to hang on to this, eager to hang on to it to get his first win. Look how well Deegan Fairclough has gone through the chicane there. He's already alongside as we approach the hairpin, but he's on the outside this time. Oh, and he switches to the inside. A very quick decision, and he does keep the inside. Wayne Douglas gives him room. What a superb move that nearly would have been if he actually completed it. But Wayne Douglas stays ahead. That was a very opportunistic move from Deegan Fairclough. A bit risky as well. Mikey Doble battling here with William Foyle and Sean Brown. Sean Brown drops behind on the straight here. William Foyle pushing along Mikey Doble. Going into the chicane. Isolated on the outside here is Sean Brown. And William Foyle will also take the position. Sean Brown tucks back in behind. This is the battle between Wayne Douglas and Deegan Fairclough going into turn one. The Farage Senna. Deegan will hang on to the inside. Oh, he just about didn't get there. It was very, very risky defending there from Wayne Douglas, but he keeps his rear bumper ahead of the front bumper of Deegan Fairclough. But Deegan's trying the inside again for this next corner. As I said, catching's one thing, passing is another, and Wayne Douglas is defending real hard here ahead of Deegan. Another lap to try again. 4.5 minutes to go in this race. Deegan is just backing off a little bit in these chicanes, trying to get a good exit from them, which gives him a good run down the straights, which enables him to go at the inside. Wayne Douglas coming across to defend the inside for the chicane here, and Deegan has to back off to stay behind. Took to the outside, but it wasn't the right place to be. How well was his run out of the chicane there? Going down to the hairpin, let's see what they both decide to do. Will Wayne defend? Yes, he will. Taking to the outside is Deegan Fairclough. Wayne Douglas hugs the inside and he guards the inside still on the exit. And he's blocked the big run that Deegan Fairclough was trying to get from the exit of the corner there. Superb battling from these drivers. Very fair and clean so far anyway. Fairclough, where will he go? Inside being guarded by Douglas. He has another move to the outside. Will he take it going into the chicane? Yes, he does move back across, but Deegan is adamant he's going for the inside here. Hops it on the curb, gives room. They both make contact and into the wall they go. Deegan Fairclough hits the wall of champions and a huge chunk of bodywork comes off the right side of the car. And that might have damaged his steering. Big bump between the two of them. Let's have a look at that replay just to see a bit more of what happened. Yeah, and it's just going around chicanes. Side by side is so difficult. We saw it with the Formula 1 yesterday between Verstappen and Hamilton, and it is a little bit of a similar scenario where, you know, it's so difficult to give room on a corner like that. Now Keith Dempsey has put himself into third place. He's catching back up. He started this race in pole position. By the looks of it, he's got a crack at first place, having fallen to the back of the grid. This will be some comeback from Keith Dempsey. The very strange comeback. Going from first to last to first in a race would be quite the story. Keith takes to the outside. Now Deegan Fairclough's car is damaged, which means he's not going to be performing at its best. It means that Keith Dempsey will have a good shot at trying to get by Fairclough. These are the best laps of the race. Keith Dempsey is the fastest man on the track. Takes to the outside of Deegan Fairclough. There'll be one more lap to go after this, so it's going to be a bit tricky for Keith Dempsey to try and get first place. He needs to get by Deegan fairly quickly. He's looking all ways to try and get by. Can't quite make it at the moment. Lee Horne lurking as well in fourth place there. Now because of the bodywork damage, that might mean the car is slower on the straights. It is. Keith Dempsey just breezes by Deegan Fairclough and has to come across to defend from Lee Horne, who pushed him along. Wayne Douglas is still out in front. Now, as we saw yesterday and heard from yesterday, a steward's inquiry was needed for that incident between the two drivers, fairly popular drivers of the world. There may be a steward's inquiry between Deegan Fairclough and Wayne Douglas after the race, but for the time being, Wayne Douglas is leading this race, and as it stands, he'll go on and win this race. Let's see what Keith Dempsey can do. It's been a tremendous comeback anyway. From first to last, back to second. Despite a few drop-offs, a tremendous comeback. And he was nowhere in race one. He was learning the ropes of this track and the car, which he hasn't driven for some time. It'll be interesting to watch Keith Dempsey in race 3 coming up, especially him lining up alongside or near Deegan Fairclough. He is not getting any closer to Wayne Douglas, who's a second and a half clear at the moment. Fairclough is dropping off from Keith Dempsey and is defending hard from Lee Horne. Just a few more corners to go for Wayne Douglas. Through the hairpin he goes. Keith Dempsey has brought down the gap between the two of them, but it's not going to be enough. The checkered flag is waiting. The time, as you can see in the top left, has expired, which means the checkered flag will be waiting. And Deegan Fairclough, slow on the straights, concedes third place to Lee Horne, who gets more points ahead of his championship rival William Foyle out of this race, who's down in 7th. But it is all about this man. His first win in the next-gen iRacing Legends. Wayne Douglas will come across the line to take race 2 of the race tonight at Montreal. Keith Dempsey with a brilliant comeback. Started pole, but dropped to the back and back to second. Brilliant from him, and Lee Horne gets his podium, just getting Deegan Fairclough, the damaged car of Deegan Fairclough, in 4th in the end. Blaze Crawford is 5th, and Mikey Doble in 6th place, just ahead of William Foyle. It's a full reverse grid in the next race, so if it does include non-finishers, Bobby Thompson will line up on the front row of the grid. If it doesn't, it will be Guido Casagna, who will come across the line to complete his race. But Wayne Douglas, his first win in the iRacing NXTGEN Legends, and he'll be superbly pleased with that. A little bit of drama earlier on, and in fact, as we will be waiting a fair while for the next race to load up, we will take another look at the incident. I've just got to find it. Was this one, yes. So let's go quarter speed for this. Deegan on the inside there, they're fairly level, and at this point Deegan gets himself ahead, And on the inside curb there, Wayne Douglas hits the curb and it bounces him out wide. It's a hard one to call, that is. Let's get another angle if we can of that. That's a better angle. So you can see Wayne Douglas hits the curb, but he doesn't hit it very well. Don't think he rides it well enough. And he was going very, very wide anyway because he hit that curb rather awkwardly. But we are not race stewards. We are commentators and spectators. And we will go through results as they are right now. It is top of the pops for the first time in the series for Wayne Douglas. Let's see how many winners we've had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our 7th different winner of the championship for Wayne. So Wayne Douglas puts himself in that illustrious club of race winners. Keith Dempsey in 2nd place with Lee Horne in 3rd. Deegan Fairclough in 4th position with Blaze Crawford in 5th. Mikey Doble comes through in 6th with William Foyle in 7th. Paul Hale in 8th after drama on the first lap involving him and Ollie Peters, who finished 9th. Sean Brown finished 10th after what was looking like a pretty decent race. He drops to 10th in the end. Guido Casagna, the first of the people on the lead lap and the last of the finishers. 11th for him. Josh Brown and Bobby Thompson, non-finishers. It will be a full reverse grid for the next race. So don't go away. It's going to be very, very exciting indeed. We've got more Legends action coming up. We'll see you in just a couple of minutes for the 3rd race of round 6 of the championship here on the Next Gen iRacing Legends. We'll be back very soon.
I've been holding on for so long, I can't remember why. The fire's gone, I'm all burnt out, the embers have gone dry. I don't need your love to carry on. I don't need your love to make me strong. No. I've got courage. Maybe, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah. Take you like a pill. And I feel you like a pill to get my fill. No, do me in the worst way. Don't let me sleep, never say you're sorry. Oh, maybe I'll leave. Maybe, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah. Take you like a pill. Get my fill.
Cold at the touch, dead in the eyes. No signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more. No, a crying dove may never fly.
Make me feel well, oh, I can't break the spell, I just have to fix it. Make me feel well, oh, I can't break. Make me
It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. Come on, baby. Love, no more, baby. Black and white. Come on, baby. Love, no more, baby. It's black and white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's
Welcome back everyone to the Next Gen iRacing Legends here from Montreal. First of all, apologies if you were watching on Facebook, for some reason the stream has failed. So if you are watching on YouTube and Twitch now, thank you for staying along. Yeah, so race 3 coming up very, very shortly in the beautiful eastern state of Quebec, just east of the city of Montreal on the island of Ile Notre Dame. So a sit rep of what's happened so far. Deegan Furclow took the win in race 1, and in race 2 it was Wayne Douglas. Granted, a little bit of drama between himself and Deegan Furclow in the chicane featuring the Wall of Champions. The Wall of Champions taking Deegan Furclow in that particular scenario. Has taken a few in today's racing. And it might not be the last. It might be a few more in store for us today to keep an eye on. So we've got a full reverse grid coming up. Bobby Thompson sadly cannot make race 3 here right now. He is a little bit exhausted from some daytime ventures he's been on, so he will not join us for this final race of the night. But we still have plenty of great drivers putting on a show for us still, including this man here, Mikey Doble, who will be desperate to get a win on the board. He's still looking for it. The whole half of the first half of the season, he hasn't picked up a win. Will race 3 here be that one for him? We've also got Deegan Furclow, who won race 1. We've also got Wayne Douglas, who won race 2. We also have Keith Dempsey to look out for. Race winner at Silverstone all them weeks ago, and he made a comeback. He went from first to last to second again in that second race just a few moments ago. So do keep an eye on him in this race. Bit of housekeeping before things get underway. As we mentioned before, the schedule, and we'll mention it again. We started off at Silverstone, and then round 2 was the Red Bull Ring. Round 3 was at Snetterton. Round 4 was at Zandvoort in the Netherlands. Round 5 was last week in Japan for the Tsukuba circuit, and today we're in Canada for the Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. Round 7 will feature Alton Park. We're back in Britain in Cheshire next week for the Alton Park round. Nürburgring round 8 in Germany for the shortened sprint Strecker layout. It'll be a week off between rounds 8 and 9, but we'll be back in the UK for the Donington Park national layout. Round 10 will be in the States for the WeatherTech Raceway, aka Laguna Seca. Round 11 will be the Barcelona National Circuit, the Circuit de Catalunya in Spain. And round 12, the final round, will be at Brands Hatch, Indy on the 1st of November. You can get involved in this series still if you want to. All you need is iRacing and a wheel and pedals. You can get involved in iRacing. Subscribe via their website. But also, if you want to get involved in this league, join the Next Gen Racing Facebook group. Just search Next Gen as it's spelled in the top left there, and you will find the group to get involved with if you want to get involved in the racing, or just be a part of the group to be a part of the community. There are other leagues that Next Gen hosts as well, including this one. There is the Wednesday night GT3s on iRacing, hosted by Matt Emmons, and that is in the off season at the moment. It'll be starting back up in a few weeks' time. Wednesday night GT3s on iRacing. On Tuesday nights, hosted by Kevin Smith, Next Gen have the GT3s of Assetto Corsa Competizione. On Tuesday nights, broadcasted live onto the Next Gen Racing Facebook channel as well. And as well as that, on Thursday nights will be the Next Gen Race Room League in alliance with Crest Autosport. The World Touring Car Challenge will start this Thursday coming up. That's Thursday nights on the Next Gen Racing channel, as well as the Crest Autosport TV channels of YouTube and Twitch. Plenty going on in Next Gen at the moment. But right here, right now, Monday nights here of the Legends. Relatively small car, the first car you'll drive on iRacing if you are an oval racing enthusiast. So you'll drive these cars around relatively short ovals like Thompson Speedway in South Boston. Trying to think of any others, Bristol Motor Speedway, etc, etc. And it's quite a fun car to drive on these road courses as well. It's quite light on the rear end,
Rather unconventional shape. The car relatively unchanged since its first introduction in 1934. A few changes here and there to the model of the Legends car created by Ford. But it's still used to this day in many series, particularly in America, but also in the UK. There is the Legends series, racing on many of the UK's greatest tracks, including Brands Hatch, Snetterton, Donington Park, Thruxton, Cadwell Park, Snetterton, Knock Hill, Castle Combe, many great circuits the Legends series visits. And we're about to ascend into race 3 of the night. We've had 2 different winners tonight in Wayne Douglas and Deegan Fairclough. Will we have a 3rd winner tonight? Will we have our 8th different winner of the season? Let's find out in the next 15 minutes or so. So the grid will go as follows. Josh Brown will line up on the front row alongside Guido Casagna. Ollie Peters lines up 3rd with Paul Heo in 4th position. And in 5th position will start William Foyle and Mikey Doble alongside him. Deegan Fairclough in 7th with Lee Horne in 8th. Keith Dempsey in 9th with Wayne Douglas in 10th. That is our grid for the race. 11th and 12th haven't appeared to the grid, so it is a 10-way straight fight in this race. This is the Next Gen iRacing Legends, round 6 here at the Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve in Montreal. This will be the final race of the first half of the season. The second half of the season will commence from next week. But the lights are about to show for this 3rd race of the night. Who will be the race winner of this race? We're away. Josh Brown, not a bad start for him, but a very good start from Paul Hare in the middle there in the white car. And into 2nd place he goes. William Foyle with a good start as well in 3rd place. And Deegan Fairclough with a big lunge up the inside. And there's contact here in the midfield. All cars nearly involved. And it was Deegan Fairclough who put it up the inside. And he spins in the coming out of the corner there. And a couple of drivers keep going, but a couple of drivers fell casualty then. But it is Josh Brown leading away at the front here. We're on a strange camera angle then. He leads away. Oh, and I thought he was pulling over to let drivers by, but it's Lee Horne behind him in 2nd place. William Foyle there in 3rd. Wayne Douglas is trying his inside, as is Mikey Doble. And William Foyle might have a problem with the car. He leads by 3 different cars. He might have damage. Yes, he's going very slowly. And he's pulling over to the side. And I think he's letting by a couple of cars. But Lee Horne has taken the lead here. And look at Mikey Doble. He's going for a move on Wayne Douglas, our race 2 winner. Through the chicane we go, and he's not able to get by. Wayne Douglas is up 8 places. Lee Horne is up 7 places. So Mikey Doble, this is his chance to get himself a race win tonight. He's got his nose ahead, but he has to get the whole car in front. Round the hairpin. Oh, and Lee Horne goes very wide. That allows a 3 wide situation. Mikey Doble in the middle of them. Slots back in behind Lee Horne. Come down the main straight. Mikey Doble has got nowhere to go. He has to just push along Lee Horne. Lee Horne, who needs to get through the chicane fairly cleanly. Wayne Douglas is on the inside here. Wayne Douglas was involved in drama with Deegan Fairclough earlier on, and there's contact on Lee Horne and it's sent him round. Wayne Douglas contact with another car in the chicane and was leading the race. Lee Horne no longer is. He drops behind Paul Heo and William Foyle. He's got a bit of a squirrel on under the car there, and he's able to keep it going. Wayne Douglas leads away though. Another one for the stewards to look at. But it is a straight fight now between him, Mikey Doble and Keith Dempsey, all in the pro category. Mikey Doble goes a little bit wide there and allows Keith Dempsey to get the undercut coming out of turn 2. He'll have the inside for the chicane and he gets in front. Keith Dempsey up 7 places. Brilliant charge from him. Wayne Douglas, the source of much drama tonight. Mikey Doble not been firing on all cylinders. No, this is not the Mikey Doble we saw of last season and particularly earlier on this season. Out to 3rd at the moment. Can he fight back? Let's see if we can get another look at that lap 1 incident though. outside there. Brakes very, very late. And there's just no room for any of them to get through that corner there. But we must revert back to this battle as they're still very, very close. Oh, look at that. Keith Dempsey trying a little bit of a gap that Wayne Douglas left open on the hairpin there. 3 pro drivers in this race, and that is Wayne Douglas, Keith Dempsey and Mikey Doble. The rest of the field, the Pro-Am category, are from 4th downwards, headed by William Foyle at the moment, who was involved in the incident at the start but didn't pick up too much damage from it. Lee Horne will be a little bit gutted as he was leading this race. He's now down in 8th, battling with Guido Casagna going into the chicane here. He's on the outside and he gets by. Guido tucks back in behind and in front of Ollie Peters. Ollie Peters diving up the inside, going into the chicane, locks up a little bit, and he gets by. Wayne Douglas stretches away a little bit from Keith Dempsey with the fastest lap of the race. No longer William Foyle with the fastest lap of the race now. His time is lit up in blue there, which means he's got the fastest outright lap of the race with a 56.4. Really good time. Now Deegan Fairclough has the fastest lap of the race. The comeback is on as he was involved in the incident on the first lap. Feel the need to get back through the order. And Douglas, who won race 2, if he can make it a double bubble here, he'll be extremely happy. Instead of that, any steward inquiries after the race that affect Wayne Douglas because of the 2 incidents he was involved with, Keith Dempsey has a shot of picking up 2 race wins by default from that, but he's got to stay ahead of Mikey Doble. Keith Dempsey has come on leaps and bounds today. He joined qualifying. Oh, and Mikey Doble's at the inside. I'll interrupt myself there as Mikey Doble's made the move for 2nd place and he's in front. Very well executed move from Mikey Doble. He was doing that all of last season, and that is reminiscent of last season from him there. But battling does drop you off a little bit. He's lost a bit of time from Wayne Douglas up ahead. But maybe these two will work together to catch back up. Mikey Doble, I thought he was the quicker of the 2 and pushed to get by. Pushed metaphorically, of course. Out of the Wall of Champions chicane there. And we'll start lap 4. Wayne Douglas continues to lead. William Foyle is not too far behind. If these 3 up ahead continue battling, he might be able to catch up. And an invalid time from him is not easy to see if he will catch up. But a 1:55.9 from Deegan Fairclough. Brilliant, brilliant lap from him. Mikey Doble and Keith Dempsey dropping back a little bit still from Wayne Douglas. These 3 drivers, 9 places gained for Wayne Douglas, 4 places gained for Mikey Doble and 6 places gained for Keith Dempsey. Paul Heo has got himself ahead of William Foyle. We've missed that somewhere, so we'll get a quick replay of that. This is the move for 4th place from Paul Heo, and William Foyle slows down. It's a slow down penalty for him and he drops into 2nd of the category. This is the interval gaps between each driver. Less than half a second between Wayne Douglas and Mikey Doble. Now the Wall of Champions, they're using all the road trying to get as good an advantage on each other as possible. There's a move between Deegan Fairclough and William Foyle. Foyle dropping more and more places, and it's Deegan on the inside. completes the move. William Foyle not fighting too much with Deegan there. And these three getting a bit closer together. Mikey Doble steadily catching Wayne Douglas. Oh, and a spin there for Keith Dempsey. That was a very strange spin indeed. Let's just get a quick replay of that. Oh, and he put it on the grass. He went too far out wide and he switched it sideways. And that drops him out of contention, potentially. He's now down to as far as Paul Heo. And is 3.5 seconds down from Mikey Doble and Wayne Douglas. So this is a big opportunity for Mikey Doble now, pending stewards' decisions and all that, as we mentioned earlier on. But Mikey Doble has still got to go for it, because the stewards might decide otherwise. He has still got to go for that top spot to try and make back points. Oh, and something's happened to Keith Dempsey again. He spins coming out of the chicane, as you can see there. Whoa, and it was very, very close indeed. And he reverts to the pits. It's game over for Keith Dempsey. It might be a problem on that car after the spin he had earlier. But that is game over for Keith. What was looking like a pretty promising night for him, particularly in race 2. It's down to these two now, though. And back there, we've also got Deegan Furclow on the inside of Paul Heo. Deegan can get himself back onto the podium. Yes, he can. He nips back in front and is now, again, the top Pro-Am driver. Back towards the front. Mikey Doble right behind Douglas. He's reeled him in a lot on this lap. Looks all ways to try and look for a way by, or to spook the driver by appearing in his mirrors. Breaks a little bit earlier to get a good gap away from Wayne Douglas. Takes a deeper line into the corner to try and get a good exit. And Josh Brown has retired to the pits. He's had an incident. Oh, a very mangled Legend car indeed. And he's decided to call it a day. Maybe the engine had died at that point. But Josh Brown retires from this race in 9th place. Mikey Doble trying what he can, less than or just over 4 minutes to go in this race. So he's really only got around about 2, maybe 3 laps to get by Wayne Douglas, who won race 2. And Paul Hale has had an incident, something involving him and William Foyle, it seems. Oh, and he spins. Oh, and William Foyle just avoided it. And he backed into the wall a bit there. It won't be too much damage on that car, but it's a lot of loss of positions, down to 6th place. Doble with a good run down the straight here. Looks always, Wayne Douglas defending for what he can. Mikey Doble looks to the inside, and he's not able to get late enough on the brakes. Wayne Douglas does get later on the brakes and gets it through the chicane. Very close to the wall. He used everything he could. He made that Legends car as close to the wall as he could to try and get the best exit out of the corner. Doble still real close though. The defending champion looking to get himself back onto the top step of the podium before the first half of the season concludes tonight. He's managed to get to the inside. No, he hasn't. Wayne Douglas covers him off. It is real tricky, it seems, to get by Wayne Douglas, is what tonight has told. Oh, and a spin there for Wayne Douglas. What's the contact? And Mikey Doble hits the wall as well. There's no events come up on my thing. We can't really go back and have a look at that. But a spin there for Wayne Douglas, and it just collected Mikey Doble. And now there's going to be damage on the cars as well. And Deegan Furclow has caught up as a result. This is going to be a real interesting end to this race. Wayne Douglas has been the source of much drama tonight, and he's still leading this race. Oh, he switched sideways then. No, the car has given way. He has got bent steering, and you can see there's a little bit of misalignment in the front wheels. He has given way to the front, to second and third. Deegan Furclow and Mikey Doble concedes the lead. Doble is back in front with a slightly mangled front right tyre guard. And will that be affecting his grip on the car? The alignment of the car, it might be, but Deegan Ferklow was also involved in a little bit of contact at the beginning of the race, but his car seems to be a little cleaner, a little less damage on it. Let's see how this will go, and it just seems that Deegan Ferklow is quicker down the straight than Mikey Doble. This might be easy pickings for Deegan Ferklow, particularly if he's that much quicker down the straights coming out of the chicane. He's got a good run on Mikey Doble. Doble comes over to the left to guard the inside for the next corner. Deegan looks to the outside now. Who's later on the brakes? Mikey Doble is pretty late, and he goes to guard the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Ferklow and Doble, but nothing to send them around. Doble hangs on to it, and this will be the final lap. 1 minute to go. Mikey Doble has to try desperately to stay in front. But Deegan Ferklow does have the faster car down the straights. On that, after that hairpin, at the other end of the track, he'd be able to get by. And Mikey Doble goes very wide there, coming out of turn 5. And Deegan Ferklow takes the lead there. I'm not sure if there's contact, but he goes wide. Mikey Doble might be able to get back in front, side by side, coming out of turn 7 here. Ferklow has the quicker car down the straight here, so this might be his advantage right now. This is the view from Deegan Ferklow. Look at Mikey Doble. Look how close he is. Into the chicane. In front goes Deegan Ferklow. It'll be a second win of the night. Mikey Doble has got the undercut, trying to get back up the inside. He is not giving up. This is what we saw from Mikey Doble all of last season. He's pushing without contact. Ferklow to the outside here. Forces him to take a shallow line into the hairpin. Mikey Doble goes back up the inside, and he retakes the lead. What a move from Mikey Doble to get it back. And can he hang on to it? Let's get on board with Deegan Ferklow for this final stretch to the line. Look how much more speed he's got down the straight here. Mikey Doble goes to defend the inside. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, and there's contact. There was contact then between the rear bumper and the front bumper of Mikey Doble. And that's it. Deegan Ferklow will go through the final corner in first place, and he'll take the win here at Montreal for race 3. A very exciting final lap indeed, one of which I think we'll re-watch after this. He comes across the line. Deegan Ferklow takes his second win of the night. Mikey Doble is second place of the night. And William Foyle takes his first podium of the season, I believe. Third place for him. Wayne Douglas comes through in 4th place with Ollie Peters in 5th. Lee Horne, not much luck. If he had any more luck tonight, I think he'd have none at all. 6th place for him. Paul Hale in 7th, also another driver with pretty bad luck tonight. Guido Casagna in 8th position, eventually with Josh Brown and Keith Dempsey retiring, but Deegan Ferklow takes the win. Let's get another look at that final lap between Mikey Doble and Deegan Ferklow. This is the very start of the lap. And let's go from a bird's eye view. So Mikey Doble gets it straight back in front and guards the inside going into turn 2 there. Brilliant defending from Mikey in that scenario there. We go into turns 3 and 4 here. Now something happened between these two going through here. Oh, there was a little bit of a contact, and I think, yeah, Doble was pushed wide and had to slow down to get away from the wall. So Deegan Ferklow did push Mikey Doble out wide, and I think there was a little nudge there from Mikey Doble as well. On Deegan Ferklow, they go around turn 7 side by side, and with the pace advantage going into turn 8 here, Ferklow has the inside. Mikey Doble tries to get as close as he can to try and get a little bit of slipstream. Into turn 8 and 9 we go. It was a very good exit from Mikey Doble. He gets it back up the inside, the back slipping way a little bit. Deegan with the pace advantage again, but Mikey Doble just hangs on and he throws the dummy. Deegan moves. Oh, and there was contact. There was contact between Doble and Ferklow, so a bit of revenge there, it seems. Something we didn't see from our camera angle earlier on. And look how much Deegan Furglow just reels in Mikey Doble, and we missed this because I was coughing a little bit. Oh, that could have ended in tears for either of them drivers, and more contact there. Mikey Doble trying to tuck back in behind. Do you think that there might have been a little bit of angst from Mikey Doble there? But Deegan comes through and he takes the win. So without further ado, here are the results of the final race of the night. Deegan Furglow wins from Mikey Doble after that brilliant, dramatic battle on the final lap. William Foyle takes a podium in 3rd place. Wayne Douglas in 4th with Ollie Peters in 5th. Lee Horne takes 6th with Paul Heo in 7th. Guido Casagna in 8th. Josh Brown 9th. And Keith Dempsey rounded off the top 10. This has been the iRacing Next Gen Legends. Join us in a week's time where we will be at round 7 of the championship, which will be taking place at Alton Park International Circuit. This has been round 6, and this has been the first half of the 12-round season that is the Next Gen iRacing Legends. Join us in a week's time, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Assetto Corsa Competizione on Next Gen Racing, and of course tune in Wednesday for the GT3s after this week, and on Thursday tune in to the channel for the Race Room World Touring Car Challenge. If not, we'll see you next Monday. Thank you for watching. Good night.